Have you ever encountered a man so calm and mysterious that you barely notice him at first? But the moment someone crosses his line, it's like you've awakened a silent storm? That's the Sigma male, a rare breed of men who don't fit the typical alpha or beta labels, who live life on their own terms, and who prefer walking alone rather than following the crowd. He's a lone wolf, neither flashy nor submissive, yet fiercely self-reliant and impossible to control. When his patience wears thin, don't expect him to rage or beg. His reactions can be chillingly unexpected, sending shock waves through anyone who dared test his boundaries.
Today we're exploring 10 ways a Sigma male responds when he's truly had enough, and why these quiet, decisive moves leave everyone else reeling. 1. Abruptly cutting people off.
First up is the sudden cutoff. A Sigma can seem endlessly patient, listening to insults or slights without showing anger. But once he internally decides enough is enough, he might sever ties overnight. No warnings, no drawn-out arguments, just an abrupt disappearance that leaves people stunned. He won't answer calls, texts, or DMs from the offender. If they shared social circles or projects, he quietly extracts himself. It's not vindictive, it's a cold, calculated reset to protect his peace. Others might call it extreme, but to the Sigma, it's the cleanest way to avoid further disrespect.
2. Shifting from calm to ice-cold silence.
Picture yourself in the midst of a heated exchange. Just moments ago, the Sigma male was composed, speaking evenly, nodding in understanding, or responding with measured remarks. Then, without warning, he becomes utterly silent. There are no further clarifications, no counter-arguments, and no explanations, just a steady, piercing gaze or a completely blank expression. This shift from calm dialogue to unyielding silence can be more impactful than any outburst or insult. It sends a clear and final message. This conversation is over. This silence doesn't just halt the conversation. It amplifies the tension in the room, leaving aggressors unsettled. People who thrive on provoking reactions or dominating discussions often find themselves unnerved by the sudden stillness. The Sigma's silence isn't just the absence of words, it's a deliberate and powerful response that underscores his control of the situation. It's a reminder that actions, or in this case, the lack thereof, can often communicate far more than words ever could.
3. One detailed conversation, then done.
Sometimes the Sigma chooses a single, thorough confrontation. He'll sit down with the person who pushed him too far, laying out each grievance, meticulously dates, facts, examples, so there's no room for debate. It's the ultimate clarity session. After that talk, he closes the book. No follow-ups, no second chances. He won't bring it up again or entertain further discussion. It might feel abrupt, but in his eyes, he's given the offender every detail they need to understand the problem. If they can't or won't change, there's no reason to keep the door open. This straightforward approach leaves people stunned because they're used to drama or endless back and forth. The Sigma's finality is both shocking and unmistakable.
4. Storing grudges as motivation, not revenge.
Despite his calm facade, a Sigma doesn't forget major offenses. He remembers every disrespectful word or action, but he doesn't waste energy plotting revenge. Instead, he channels that memory into personal growth. Maybe he doubles down on his work projects, earning a promotion that overshadows the offender's attempts to undermine him. Or he crushes his fitness goals, proving to himself and everyone else that negativity only fuels his ambition. To him, grudges aren't about payback. They're about pushing himself further. He essentially says, "I'll let this grudge motivate me to excel, and that's how I'll surpass you without stooping to your level."
5. Refusing to bend time schedules.
When someone repeatedly tests a Sigma's patience, one unexpected reaction is uncompromising adherence to his own schedule. Imagine the offender demanding last-minute changes or constantly expecting the Sigma to adapt. Once pushed too far, the Sigma stops accommodating. He'll show up when he planned to, leave when he planned to, and never shift a deadline for the offender's convenience. This refusal can be jarring because so many people rely on flexibility to smooth over conflicts. But the Sigma's silent message is, "You've lost the privilege of my lenience." If they want to collaborate or keep up, they have to meet him on his terms or be left behind.
6. establishing an ultimatum that surprises everyone.
Sometimes after enduring a string of small offenses, the Sigma draws a hard line in the sand, an ultimatum that nobody saw coming. He might say, either you respect these boundaries or I'm out. Shocking friends, colleagues, or family who assumed he'd keep tolerating abuse. Because he rarely issues threats, people are blindsided by how final and unapologetic this stance is. There's no negotiation or emotional meltdown, just a firm statement and a willingness to walk away if the line is crossed. It's a startling wake-up call that leaves the offender reeling, often forcing them to either comply or lose him completely.
7. Carrying on as if unbothered.
One of the most disarming Sigma reactions is when he acts like the disrespect never happened. He doesn't sulk, rage, or complain. Instead, he maintains his poise, going about his life as though nothing out of the ordinary occurred. He smiles, handles daily tasks, and continues his routine without a hint of disruption. This lack of visible anger leaves the offender in a state of confusion, often expecting a confrontation or some form of retaliation. The offender's uncertainty about whether the Sigma is secretly plotting or genuinely indifferent adds to the unease. In reality, the Sigma is making a deliberate choice to show that the offender's behavior isn't worth his time or emotional energy. This calm and composed demeanor often frustrates bullies or manipulators, who rely on dramatic reactions to fuel their games. By refusing to engage, the Sigma demonstrates a level of self-control and confidence that's both admirable and deeply unsettling to those who thrive on conflict.
8. Zero over-explanation.
If pressed for a reason why he's suddenly distant or unyielding, a Sigma might offer minimal words. "We're done," or "I've explained myself enough." No big speech, no drawn-out justification. This abrupt brevity can bewilder people who want a detailed argument to latch onto. But the Sigma sees no value in rehashing facts for someone who's already crossed the line. His refusal to elaborate forces the offender to wrestle with their own guilt or confusion, and because he's not sharing any more info, they can't manipulate his reasoning. This unexpected lack of explanation underscores his power in the situation. He's closed the case, and that's final.
9. The Sigma's hot and cold switch.
Another curveball reaction is the shift from warm politeness to a sudden cold formality. One day he might greet you with a friendly nod. The next he passes by you as if you don't exist. This transformation is unnerving because it signals a total shift in how he views you. It's not outright hostility, he's not shouting or insulting, but the warmth is gone. This stark contrast leaves aggressors unsettled, realizing they've been demoted from someone he liked to someone he merely tolerates at best. The tension this creates can be more impactful than a heated argument, because it feels like they've lost something intangible and meaningful, his genuine approval.
10. Relocating to a new role or city.
When the environment itself becomes toxic, say, a workplace that won't improve, or a social circle that consistently disrespects him, a Sigma may decide to uproot everything and start fresh. It might look drastic, but for him, it's a simple equation. If I can't change it, I'll leave it. This could mean a transfer to a different department, a new city, or leaving a circle of friends behind. People might call it running away, but the Sigma views it as seizing his freedom. He'd rather invest energy in a brand new setting than stay stuck battling negativity. For those who thought they had him trapped, watching him calmly walk away from the entire scenario can be shocking and a powerful reminder of just how independent he truly is. Sigma males rarely shout or throw fits. Their reactions, when truly provoked, often arrive like silent earthquakes, swift, decisive, and leaving everyone else scrambling to figure out what just happened. Whether it's cold silence, a single conversation that ends everything, or relocating to an entirely new environment, these moves catch people by surprise precisely because Sigmas aren't known for loud drama. Yet each action underscores a critical truth. Once a Sigma male decides he's had enough, there's no going back.
Do you agree with the points mentioned? We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. For more deep dives into the Sigma male mindset, be sure to check out our other videos.